Welcome back to White Pines Barbecue. It has been a while, but I am back. I'm still grilling. Today I'm doing a video on how I start up my Goldens Cast Iron cooker for smoking with the searing plate there. So that's going to be my deflector. And I'm not particularly good at this. I can do it. It usually takes me an hour or so. I'm going to see if I can cut that down today with a video I watched online. So we'll see how that goes. I usually start the chimney over here on my PK just because it's a nice safe place to start it. So I will get that lit up and we'll get this going. This should make the math pretty easy. I lit the chimney at 9:30 a.m. and yes, I did some Kingsford on top. I'm using a bag of B&B with some of the biggest chunks I've ever seen, and honestly 1 or 2 chunks would have filled that chimney up. So I've got some smaller ones I could find, and the rest of Kingsford just to get the fire lit. It's not enough to make any difference for the cook. So there we go. So it's about 9:43 or so, and I have a nice hole in my lump charcoal to pour my chimney in. My chimney is probably about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes away from dumping over. So we'll get this fire started in the cooker here pretty quick. 9:45, my charcoal is dumped. Bottom vent's wide open. Now I just gotta get some heat in there to get that top one unstuck, and we'll get this going. So it's 10 a.m. I have everything stabilized where I want it. That vent looks pretty decent. The bottom vent looks pretty decent for what I want. I may have to adjust later on, but that's fine. It's a cold day. But yeah, we're rocking right around 225. I have a 7-pound pork shoulder going on, so I'm gonna grab that, bring it out, and put in the deflector in the grates, then put the meat on, and hopefully in a half hour or so we're back up to this temperature. So I'll bring it back then. So there's a pork shoulder, 7 pounds. A family at church just had a baby, so and we give about half to them, and we're gonna keep about half. But it should be a nice day. B&B charcoal and some cherry smoke. So here's hoping. I just realized I forgot to say it was 34 minutes between lighting the chimney and putting the meat on. So if this works, it's a radical improvement. So I'll check in later. So I've had the pork on for about 20 minutes here, and it is coming back up. It's a little slow, but it's also 25 degrees out today, so I'm gonna be patient. A little bit of cherry smoke over the top. That's kind of fun smelling. But yeah, hopefully this works. I have some cherry wood I'm gonna stick under the firebox probably in an hour and a half or so, just for a bit more smoke. But we appear to be rolling right along. Okay, we're at about an hour in here, and it's almost back up to 200 degrees, so no problem with food safety. And a little bit of smoke coming out, and it smells really good, and I can hear it sizzling. So even though the temperature's a little bit lower, I'm not worried this thing is cooking. So I'll check back in a while. But yeah, 34 minutes, start to getting meat on. I think I might have a new method. Of course, I'll show you the end results whenever they happen, hours from now. But I'll keep you up to date. So back here about 2.5 hours in, I just put in my remote thermometer, and the Goldens is right. Follow their YouTube plan, and I am parked right at 240-ish, and it took a while to get there, but it's a cold day, and everything should turn out just fine. So it does work. The pork's at 174 internal, and I just wrapped it in foil, but using the Goldens instructions on how to run this thing, I've never had an easier cook. I should have listened to them a long time ago. But I have 174 we just wrapped, so another couple hours or so. We're only in about 4.5 hours right now, so 7-pound pork butt, 6.5 hour cook, sounds pretty reasonable. So we're just gonna keep on going. Because my oven was in use, I did my first ever crock pot rest. So another new thing for today, we'll see how that goes. So there's the bone, came out clean. There's the pork, I'm gonna get started pulling. I already sampled a bit, it is good. So, Goldens' method of getting your temp set and then putting everything in, it does work. And it saves a lot of time. So, thanks for watching, I'll be back soon hopefully.